Edith Wilson, the First Lady of the United States, wasn't just a wife, she was a silent orchestrator of presidential decisions. When she took her vows with President Woodrow Wilson, little did she know she would play a pivotal role in the annals of American history. As she settled into her role as First Lady, Edith didn't just manage the social calendar, she became the gatekeeper to the president himself. Her influence began to grow, subtly yet significantly. She had a keen eye for detail and a knack for understanding the complexities of political discourse. Edith started managing the president's schedule, determining who had his ear, and when. She filtered the information that reached him, ensuring he heard what she believed was necessary for the nation's well-being. Behind the grandeur of the presidential office, away from the public eye, Edith Wilson was silently weaving the threads of American policy. In the midst of the bustling White House, Edith Wilson quietly began to alter the course of American history. Edith Wilson's influence didn't stop at the president's office door, it extended to the very heart of the nation's politics. In the early days of her husband's presidency, Edith Wilson was often seen as just the president's wife. However, as time went on, she began to take on a role that was far more significant than anyone could have anticipated. She was not content to merely stand by and watch. Instead, she took an active part in shaping the nation's future, becoming a key player in the president's inner circle. Edith started by controlling who had access to the president. She would carefully screen visitors, ensuring that only those who had the president's best interests at heart could get through. This wasn't a measure of exclusion but a strategy of protection. The president's time was precious, and Edith wanted to ensure it was used wisely. She also began to control the flow of information to the president. She would sift through the daily briefings, the intelligence reports, the policy drafts, and the legislative proposals, determining what was essential for him to see. In doing so, she was able to shape the information landscape that the president navigated each day. But perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of Edith's role was her assistance to the president's advisors. She wasn't just a gatekeeper, she was a facilitator, a sounding board, and an advisor in her own right. She would offer her insights, share her perspectives, and help the president's team craft their strategies. But Edith's influence wasn't limited to the corridors of power. She was also a staunch advocate for women's issues. She subtly pushed the president towards supporting women's suffrage and other matters. She used her position to champion the rights of women, to fight for their place in society, and to ensure that their voices were heard. Edith Wilson was more than just a gatekeeper, she was a formidable advocate for change. She was a woman who understood the power of her position, and used it to shape the course of history. Edith Wilson, a woman in the shadows, had a profound yet largely untold impact on American history. Her influence was subtle but significant, operating behind the scenes of the presidency. She was a key player in shaping decisions, her hand subtly guiding the helm of the nation. With a discerning eye, she controlled who had access to the president, ensuring only the most pertinent information reached him. This unassuming gatekeeper had the power to shape policy and direct national discourse, all from her position in the background. But her legacy extends beyond the political sphere. Edith was an advocate for women's issues, using her influence to bring light to the struggles and successes of American women. She championed their causes, using her unique position to amplify their voices. In the annals of American history, Edith Wilson's role may have been quiet, but her influence reverberates to this day. A testament to the power of influence even when wielded quietly from the shadows.